What's that doing there? That's not going to do anything productive. This con sunder is in the worst possible place because it'll make people think that it's actually deployed outside. People will spawn there and they'll not be able to help out on the actual the capture point. Right, so as far as the capture point goes, 70 seconds to go. You have to think that Miller, choosing the right timing of their own approach, can literally just charge in this doorway and go straight for the point. Must get to point. Actually, you know what? I'm seeing more blue than I am purple on the outsides. Miller is leaving this really late. Really late. In fact, Cobalt could decide to bring in an Air Force and reinforcements. What's this? Speak of the devil! What's this? Reinforcements! From Cobalt on the ground, on the roof of the capture point. Is Miller going to throw this away? There's no reason why Miller should lose this unless they're not getting reinforcements. They've got a slight pop overcap. They've got the Sunder in the correct place in the back. Is that the capture point flipping? Is that just running into the point, stalling it, forcing Cobalt to come off the balcony? Yep, they're stalling the point. Res grenades, more res grenades. There's an infiltrator right there for hello, right there. Oh, he doesn't have stalker cloak though. So Miller grabs the capture point. Cobalt is forced to come off the balconies and get to the capture point. There's smoke everywhere there, and Cobalt is not using thermal scopes. Oh, this guy is though. I think he is an engineer. That's a max. Switch out. So Miller makes a save. I'd imagine this is now a save on Moss Ridge Command, and on Ixtab Power Amp Station, sorry, is a save as well. Looks like Nascent Defiance has been attacked by 2 squads, but we don't expect to go into there. Gurney Dam is actually being attacked, but I want to see if they've got Sunders and Harassment set up. Treehouse of Horrors has been saved, and a Relay's been saved. Sleepy Hollow is being attacked. I don't know why Cobalt is going after large outposts. I don't know why they aren't trying to apply more pressure to smaller outposts, because going after large outposts, it seems to work in Miller's favor at the moment.
I think if I were Cobalt, I would be pushing as hard as I could on Moss Ridge and Amp Station. The Amp Station, you get another good hold like they did with those Sunders. They frankly just needed more repair Sunders in there. If you could get a platoon in there with, shoulder-to-shoulder repair Sunders, that would be a force to be reckoned with, and really they would have a hard time getting you out. And if you manage to take Moss Ridge and Ixtab, it is... just soft bases all the way back to the warp gate there.
Now, see, Gurney Dam, the beginning reinforcements are beginning to spawn in now for Cobalt. Cobalt has got 2 minutes, but the problem is they're not being molested. There's no Air Force. In fact, there's an Air Force for Cobalt, not for Miller at Gurney Dam. So this Air Force for Cobalt is having a look, seeing what's here. They've got a galaxy overhead, and they're going to start spawning in. But the fact is, 2.5 minutes has been bought by this Miller team. I'd like to see an instance where, the first 2.5 minutes is just a small squad of 12, and then you mega reinforce the last 60 seconds.
I'm heading back over to Hatcher Air Station, Treehouse of Horrors, because this seems to be the Ymir Biolab of this continent. We've definitely had people make memes already of I don't ever want to have to fight at that base again. I have PTSD from being here, because it's so easy to take and it's so hard to defend if you don't leave people here. And
well, Cobalt's got the Air Force defending the capture point, something Miller didn't do at Gurney Dam, so that's definitely going to help them.
For whatever reason, servers secure this base and then leave, and nobody's figured out how to defend this base.
Well, you defend it by capturing all the other bases. So if Cobalt gets this, they defend it by fighting only at hydroponics.
Right.
What's this? The capture point was... Okay, no, just light assault being a nuisance. I don't see Miller. I don't see any pressure from Miller whatsoever. That's pure light assault. Okay, now Miller's maybe beginning. Alright, they got maxes, heavy max numbers. Not large player numbers, but max numbers. It doesn't change the fact that 2 galaxies just flying right past each other. Hey, where are you going, Mox? 11 out of 12. 11? What? A Mox galaxy from Miller with 11 out of 12 people just flew right past the capture point of Treehouse of Horrors. No idea where they're going, but they could have dropped their people on the cap point. Maybe they're timing it better for the... Now they're turning around and going back. Thing is, are they going to make it? What, they're dropping on the... They're abandoning the... Wait, they're banning the Galaxy? Oh, alright, so they're Sunder killing. That's what the Galaxy is. Mox is using it to kill the Sunders. They're looking for Sunders to kill, and that grenade just bounced off your feet. Watch out. You're gonna kill it though? Alright, would have thought maybe anti-vehicle grenades, but still, that's a lot of faith in your guys being able to take the capture point. I mean, they flew over with 60 seconds less to go, and they decided, no, we don't need to drop in the capture point, we're gonna go for their spawns. But Cobalt can just Galaxy drop back in, and the point isn't 100% secure. In fact, if anything, Cobalt's got the capture point back, and the minimap isn't showing anyone from Miller being nearby. 50 seconds to go. Mr. Max, you're outside, that's dangerous. Still got Cobalt Air Force. Okay, here's some Miller Air coming in to get rid of Reavers and whatnot, but 40 seconds on the point. Cobalt could get this. Cobalt could easily get this. I don't see any pressure from Miller. Is that a Galaxy from... okay, so there's a Galaxy from Miller. It's overhead. It's not far enough. You need to get a little bit closer, dude, if you're going to drop people. 4 out of 12. Oh, he's nosediving. Okay.
And Cobalt also got SRP Nanite Relay Station, and that was due to a late resecure by Miller. As the clock ticked down, there was a Galaxy or Valkyrie drop of a squad down onto the point here, but they were too late. They were the last 3 seconds. They couldn't even get down to the point in time.
Well, they're here now, so are they going to flip the point back in their favor, or are they going to get pushed off? The Treehouse of Horrors was saved. Amp Station's under contention again. Mossridge was saved. Miller's trying to take Woodman, so we'll go back there. It looks like they've made a proper save of Treehouse of Horrors again for now.
I'll keep an eye on that.
Currently overlooking again. Wow, harasser force for Cobalt. All canister shotguns.
Oh wow, Treehouse of Horrors has a huge ESF battle going on over top of it. Probably equal numbers, it looks like.
I like this canister harassment force. Cobalt's done their research. They know about the whole basically driving up to the capture point and being able to look into the capture point with the thing, and also then firing into it.
By first glance, it looks like Cobalt won that engagement of air.
I can still see Reavers, however. Are they under the canopy line? Yes, they're actually scythed, sorry, under the canopy line. So whereas the above the canopy line is being controlled by Cobalt, Miller has got themselves under the canopy line. And I can look at my mini-map here for the streamers. You still see plenty of scythes in the surrounding area. Somebody bring a Skyguard? Wow, yeah, someone really did bring a Skyguard. And it's still close. I mean, we look at the percentages. I'm going to bring up the map timeline now. It's 47 to 52. That's only like 1 or 2 bases in this. If we bring up the map... come here. Check that out.
Cobalt is trying to suicide galaxies back onto the point of Treehouse of Horrors, and one galaxy exploded before drop anyone, it looks like. The other one might have dropped its payload, I can't honestly tell. But either way, people are just getting cut down by Miller's force that they have left at the point here, instead of just...
Which base is this, sorry?
This is Treehouse of Horrors.
Oh, okay. Right. So we're looking at the map overline, and Cobalt was beginning to pull away with it. Miller came back, Cobalt pulled back again, which you see over here, and then Miller got 4 straight base caps, and now they've had 2 straight losses. So it's to be seen what's going to happen next. The biolab's been attacked. Construction site Beta is being contended. Chak Fusion is being contended by a small force. Woodman ASC, they were pushed off. But the thing is that harassment force that got spawned harassers and then drove up onto this walkway, runs over anyone and shoots into the cap point. It's extremely powerful.
You know, what seems to not be happening from Miller, and they did it, they kind of hinted at it earlier and then they didn't do it now, is they have Mason's Defiance. They can attack Broken Veil. They can attack Gurney's Dam. Gurney's Dam, at the very least, is going to pull their air away. It's like if you're getting hammered by air, maybe go send a squad or 2 to Gurney Dam. You're going to pull their air away to deal with it. Broken Veil, you put enough you put enough Maxes on that point, and you will take it. So these are 2 perhaps weaker places to attack, rather than going after Woodman ASC, rather than going after Ixtab power regulation. Maybe you should be pushing into Broken Veil, trying to pull into Gurney just to pull forces away.
This is interesting. Yeah, so Miller's Air Force is still over Treehouse of Horrors. Woodman ASC is possibly counter-flipping. Looks like it's a fast cap for the biolab. We're going to go over there now. But when I'm looking at the weapon kills, right, the Anchor is actually in the lead. The Orion is in second place. Close second, but still second. It looks like Miller's choosing to use the SVA-88 far more than anyone else has. I wonder what the thinking is behind that.
Which is interesting because the SV-88 used to really distinguish itself from the Orion, but after some nerfs, it became much more, you know, like most of the LMGs in the VS arsenal. There are very few standouts, which is the main reason why you see the Orion be the main weapon that everyone uses on VS. Cobalt has managed to save at construction site beta, however they have not managed to take out a Sunder yet, so Miller is trying to get back onto the point. They seem to be quite outnumbered here though. I wonder if they're going to maybe send some more people at least to keep this base in contention.
Just following the life of a light assault in a biolab. Yes, Miller has spawned in very large number. Medium number of maxes, but definitely a lot of infantry, just making a kind of a crash in, save the biolab, moving out. They still need to save a CAN data hub. It's small number, sub 1 to 12. Now, Cobalt is reinforcing, so it's now up to 1224, a CAN data hub. So that's the next base that theoretically going to... Chak Fusion, could you check up Chak Fusion Lab for me?
I am at Chak Fusion Lab, and this, I'm willing to bet that this is the same squad of Cobalt and the same squad of Miller that are actually this looks like it's now
just going at each other now.
Of Cobalt, and I'm trying to. This is TR something. Oh, brilliant grenade! Took out half that squad for Miller there.
Oh, the cap point's been. You need to get on the cap point, dude. The cap point's slipping. Go. Oh, but the guy tricked him and lured him in, so he was dangerous. And the cap point is crucially on the ground floor, and it looks like this Miller team. Let's see who this is. You know what? I don't recognize the tag, unfortunately.
It was TRID who did the resecure for Cobalt at Chak Fusion, and I don't know who the Miller people were. I wasn't in there when they were doing that.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a small scale force. I mean, on such a timer, I wonder if any team is able to have a reserve that they can throw at stuff. A CAN data hub is the next critical point. So Cobalt's made their save. Now can Miller make their respective save of their own base with less than 60 seconds to go? We can see that the first train of infantry is coming in now from a CAN data hub, going into Banana. There's a Galaxy overhead, not firing anything, Bulldog-wise, but he's there to watch and spawn in on top of.
Ixatop Amp Station has they took my advice and they put people on, with a lot of vehicles in this point. This is far more than 2 squads. They seem to be being mopped up. There's so much smoke I honestly cannot tell where Miller is. But there are harassers on the A point with shotguns, and it's 2 minutes left. A lot of vehicles have gotten destroyed for Cobalt beneath, but I don't know if they've lost their people. I'll wait till the smoke clears here.
Wow, res grenades came to the rescue there for Miller. It really helped on a CAN data hub. Lots of smoke, the bane of the observer camera's existence, but it worked in their favour, and they've made a base save.
Ixatop was finally resecured by Miller there. I seemed to get in right as they were killing off the vehicles, but that was quite a powerful point hold that Cobalt had done. They had shotgun harassers up on the point bridge. They had lots of Sunderers down in the main little area as well. And now they have 5 minutes apiece. They don't have to worry about
big max crash in numbers being used to save construction site Lambda by Cobalt to get the capture point back. Looks like it was roughly even numbers. No, they were outnumbered probably by 3 squads to 2 squads, and they used a heavy max push just to push Miller off the capture point. It was, though, something like sub 40 seconds for construction site Lambda. SRP Nanite Relay, small scale fighting going on. Let's go have a look at that, since we've been seeing it remotely going back and forth.
At Moss Ridge, this is the first time, I haven't really been at the construction sites that much, but this is the first time I've seen Cobalt using what we saw Emerald do a lot, which is placing multiple Sunderers on the point of a warehouse building like this and using it so that people can't really get in. They have 2 in every corner, or 2 in 2 corners, and that's going to make it difficult for Miller to get in here and make a foothold.
Can you warp over to Nanite? No, never mind. There are no when I say there's no one from Cobalt here, there's actually only 3 or 4 people at SRP Nanite Relay. So in a fight of 288 versus 288, 4 people are having their own personal little kind of conquest of a base. Just that's the nature of what Hossin is. We do see a galaxy overhead. Looks like this will be the response, perhaps. Wait to see Kane. Is the tag at least, and I'm guessing he's waiting for people to spawn in and then drop on the capture point, because if they time it right or they drop properly, they can drop through the cap and get straight to the point without taking any fall damage. Is he actually gonna... Well, the Miller forces, they've got motion. They should see the guy dropping wherever he is. Maybe he's on the roof. There he is. He's having a think about it. Oh, second guy. Oh, they're dropping on the point. They're not actually landing. That's going to hurt. Now's the perfect time for these Miller guys to shoot them. 1, there's 2. Oh, the infiltrator's down. Oh, you got 2 heavies. Ah, there's too many people coming in as reinforcements. Small harassment force. Never really a serious threat of taking the base. And that's it, pushed over. Although it did call in 2 squads of people to save SRP Nanite Relay. So those are 2 squads that could have been used elsewhere, like Treehouse of Horrors helping assist the cap there, or helping the fight at Moss Ridge Command. Looks like Miller is applying pressure again on the Akan substations, Data Hub and Southern Labs. Now I'd imagine that Data Hub will be given away by Cobalt in preference to saving Southern Labs. You there, Red? Just checking you're live and nothing else was happening, that's all. Cobalt's on the capture point. They've got themselves 3 minutes to go. 70% to 30%. Something's definitely in their favour. Heavily. Now they've got vehicles or air or ground, or let's have a look.
Interestingly, at Treehouse of Horrors, the Miller VS has managed to... I assume they have a spawn beacon in a tree limb or something like that, because they keep on dropping people onto the point while Cobalt has moved forward to try and defend outside the point. I guess it's not a spawn beacon because they got a max in here, so I don't know how they were getting in, but there was a lot of Cobalt here, but they were all forward trying to spawn camp, and meanwhile there is a small squad of Miller that has managed to get behind them on
Cobalt is trying really hard to save the Can Southern Labs. They value it more, but this time Miller's Air Force is here with PPA spam. Now it's still super close. There are so many numbers for Cobalt, at least in the minimap. You know, they own the south and the east buildings, whereas the west and the north are held by Miller. So it's 50-50 overlooking the capture point. Miller has the Air Force at the moment. It needs to stay here and it needs to keep pounding the doorways. There's smoke. It's hard to see what's going on unless you've got thermal. I'd imagine Cobalt has the advantage in that they can charge everyone on the point, but Miller could do the same. If we zoom out, I'm only seeing Miller Air Force. I'm not seeing any Cobalt Air Force whatsoever. 40 seconds to go. This is Miller's base to take, I think. I'm not sure Cobalt can save this. Miller can just fall back on the point, and they should do so in around the 20-second marker. If we look at the numbers, it's 60-40, and it's all Miller's Air Force, and they're smartly applying it to Akan Southern Labs, and they could get a 2-base flip here if they get the second Akan base to the north. We see Max and fresh reinforcements. This is the last probable push incoming for Cobalt. They're all going straight for the point. I can see that Max charging in. Damn this smoke though. Oh wait, actually I've got an idea. There we go. Right, we can see the Max is incoming. This is the final push. With 6 seconds to go though, it does not look like it's enough. We look at the minimap, huge numbers, 3 seconds to go though. It looks like the Air Force has bought just enough time that it doesn't matter. And there we go, Miller takes the base. Huge numbers coming in from Cobalt though, but it's just not enough.
Miller is also 50 seconds away from taking Shack Fusion Lab, and they're 40 seconds away from taking Akan Data Hub. This could be a huge swing in momentum for Miller.
So we're going to go have a look at Akan Data Hub. The capture point's still in their hands. Population numbers are still 2-1 in their favour. The fact is that entire defence force that got pulled into Akan Southern Labs probably cannot redeploy quickly enough to get themselves to Akan Data Hub. I mean, they're not even in Banana Building. That's been defended by a small group of Miller forces as well. We'll see. I mean, alright, so they're not going for Banana. Where are they going for? They're running straight for the capture building itself on small staircase. Going to the small staircase with 9 seconds to go, but the capture point is on the roof. It's not above. Sorry, when I say roof, I mean it's upstairs. And this is going to give Miller just enough time due to the nature of this building, and they get the base. That is a 2-base flip in less than 2 minutes. They have taken this.
Shock Fusion Lab just fell for Miller as well.
Shock Fusion Lab, wow. They've brought this back. They are 49 to 50 at the moment. They are with 1 base of getting the lead. And Construction Site Lambda is the next base being applied by Miller. Now they're losing Treehouse of Horror, so they need to make a save there, and they also need to make a save on the bases they've just captured. We'll check out Construction Site Lambda. They've got themselves twin Sunderers on the capture point with multiple. Are they all Furies? They are all Furies. They've also got themselves. No, that is a Cobalt Galaxy on the roof. So they are able to get some reinforcements directly on the point. Miller's put the Spawn Sunderer in the back garage. No, it's underneath the bridgeway. Okay, it's harder to get back to the capture point. But the fact is, alright, Sunderer number 1 is taken down on the capture point. The point is being flipped. Oh, it's just probably too many people being respawned. Yeah, look at that, 72 to 24%. Close, but not enough. It looks like Miller's also made a save on Treehouse of Horrors, but on Four Fingers, it's got 60 seconds to go, but it looks like Miller's outnumbering them, so if you go over there and have a look.
But Four Fingers is an incredibly dangerous base to defend. It takes almost a full minute to run from your spawn room to the point, and that's even if nobody's shooting at you.
Is with you. Do not falter.
Yeah, but they have the numbers, and this will be a save, at least for now. So Treehouse of Horrors saved, Four Fingers saved, Construction Set Lambda saved by Cobalt. Miller was attacking, and still is attacking, it's the power regulation, but looking at the numbers, that'll be saved. There's a large number of Cobalt ready to attack Moth's Rage, so we'll go there next. Miller's doing a small harassment force at Broken Vale because they've got themselves a Can Southern Labs. The real threat at the moment for Miller currently is a Can Data Hub. If you go have a look at Can Data Hub, I'm going to swing by Moth's Rage Command.
I'm actually right now at Kessel's Crossing, and there was a very large force of Miller that was pushing in. They seem to have been repelled, and I'm trying to see if they have any spawn that they can get into. They do have a Sunderer here, but it's not exactly... I mean, there's only one of them, and I think this force is going to just kind of human wave over it.
The attack at Moss Ridge Command Center is only small numbers at the moment. They've just started the cap. They've got a few Reavers, one Galaxy just flying around. Looks like Miller is also, this is chaotic because no one can attack a base to make it safe. The nature of Nason's Defiance, Can Southern Labs means that Woodman ASC is being attacked, and Broken Vale is being attacked, and Ixtad Power Relation was being attacked, and Moss Ridge is being attacked. It's just chaos in the center at the moment. Attacks and fights are going everywhere. Miller, however, is still losing a Can Data Hub. I don't know.
Very good defense, or very, very good point hold going on here by Cobalt. Something that I have not seen so much from Cobalt is a whole lot of maxes, but they have a lot of people set up, a lot of their air up and galaxies that at the very least are acting as spawn, maybe even as bulldog platforms.
We're looking again now at the Akan Data Hub attack by Cobalt. They obviously pushed off the defensive force from Miller. Miller isn't here. They left Akan Data Hub. I don't know where they went. Now, they've got a large attack at Broken Vale, and they have a reasonable attack going for Woodman AC. So they are attacking, and they are applying pressure. Cobalt's got a large number at Nason's Defiance, but looks like one of the capture points at least is in the hands of... Yes, of 6 minutes 6 seconds, so it's a long time. Ixtad Power Relation has been attacked, so Miller is attacking 3 bases right now. Woodman ASC, Broken Vale, and Ixtad Power Regulation. They all have population advantage in terms of Miller, and they are all within a 2-minute timer. Now, Woodman has a huge, and I mean huge, number at Akan Data Hub right now. They are seriously attacking this with a platoon, but the problem is this too many people? Because they are doubling down here, Cobalt. Cobalt's attacking 1 base, Miller's attacking 3 bases. In fact, Construction Site Lambda is on 7 seconds.
I'm here, and there is not enough Cobalt here to stop this base flip.
So is Cobalt applying too much pressure on 1 base? They've already lost 1 base. They've already lost that 1 base. They're getting Treehouse of Horrors. Go check out Treehouse of Horrors for us, right? Because that's another important one. There's still 3 bases going down. And Kessel's Crossing, so Cobalt is attacking 1 base, Miller is attacking 4 bases. 3 of them all going to end at exactly the same time. Check out Broken Vale. Huge numbers on the capture point with 60 seconds to go. I don't know how Cobalt can come here and save it. Woodman AC is the last base of this group of 3 that would capture. If I can check my waypoint. The cap point is being saved. Oh, Miller in the banana, not in the banana. They're outside. They're trying to get their way in. If this camera would slow down for me, there we go. I don't think they can grab this base though. There's too much Cobalt at the moment. So Cobalt's making the save. Ixtab power regulation is the least second time one, but the lowest numbers. Waypoint, where are you?
Miller is at the point. Okay, they're finally flipping the point at Treehouse of Horrors. They seem to be, whether they're planning on or doing it or not, they seem to be leaving a squad back that must have spawn beacons up in the trees or something, because they managed to get behind the Cobalt guys who were on the point, who were then pushing forward to try and spawn contain, and they wind up getting the point back. Although Cobalt did just kick them back off the point, this is a lot of immediate...
20 seconds to go, and Cobalt is on the roof of Broken Vale Garrison. I mean, they are really trying. These are the numbers that were at the previous base. Miller could get this. They could get 2 bases with 13 seconds to go. I don't think Cobalt's going to allow them. It's just too many Cobalt. On the 9-second marker, Cobalt should run in. Should. Everyone should run in. There we go. Is this it? It's 3 seconds. Miller got the point back! Oh my god! Miller gets the base! I can't believe it! I thought Cobalt had numbers. Maybe not. Maybe Miller had enough. Just enough because there wasn't enough spawned galaxies. Oh, Jings. Going back to the next previous base. What's going on at Ixtab Power Reg? Oh, Ixtab Power Reg's been saved.
Treehouse of Horror said a huge reinforcement with galaxies here. It's now under 30 seconds to cap, and I don't know if Miller can get here in time. They don't have galaxies on the way that I see.
Miller was in the lead for the briefest of moments. 9 seconds, no. It looks like Cobalt is going to get themselves Treehouse of Horrors again. 4 Fingers. Wow, it was taken by Cobalt, but now Miller's beginning to take it back. We must have missed that. Treehouse of Horrors does fall for Cobalt. Construction Site Lambda is being saved at the moment. Ixtab Power Regulation still on its way to being saved. Same with Woodman ASC. Broken Vale was taken by Miller, but there is a massive, and I stress massive, number of Broken Vale. Looks like Miller's forces have gone to Nason's Defiance to make a save on Nason's Defiance because it's been taking for so long it's finally gotten to the point where it's dangerous. And looks like a very small, probably just one person is attacking a CAN data hub at the moment. I don't know how Miller can save Broken Vale Garrison. It looks like they're going to leave a huge number there to basically safeguard it. And Construction Site Lambda is also now being...
just fell, even though there was a huge number of...
Wow, really?
That they just lost. They must have... I didn't get here in time, but they must have been holding 2 points and lost a third as I was on my way here. So
wow,
just lost.
That's big. That's huge. Now, this makes Broken Vale very, very important. Because with Broken Vale, you can still open up the options to attack Huracan Secure Storage and Epsilon Construction. A CAN data hub is going to go straight into Hatcher Air Station. Sleepy Hollow is going to Construction Site Beta. And even if you do get Kessel's Crossing in the north, you then need to get to the Awful Pit. So this is a very, very big coup de grace for Cobalt to take Nason's Defiance back. 4 Fingers looks like it might just go through for Cobalt. No, for Miller, sorry. Although the point is being heavily contested. It's small squad numbers. I think Miller will get it.
Lambda is also probably going to cap for Cobalt. I don't see enough Miller making a push. There's a squad moving forward now, but there's far more than a squad in on that point for Cobalt.